Hey everybody, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is the Ace of Swords. Something's behind it too. Alright. Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands. I'm also seeing the Six of Swords here too. I feel like you saw something important. You could be getting to a place now where you feel like you can let this go or move on from it. Could have seen where you were getting stuck on something, or you could have been feeling defensive about something. It's like feeling like you needed to stand there and interact, but I'm getting you be at a point where this is something where you feel like you can move forward. Let's just use an example. Let's say that like someone said something that brought something up for you, okay? Meaning maybe somebody said something that felt like triggering to your ego in some way. It could have been something that you weren't aware of, but I'm getting this Seven of Wands being important here because you could have seen like where something got you and where you are. And it feels like after that moment, like even somebody could have said something and not meant anything by it, and you got a little puffed up about something here. This is just the way I'm seeing it. I feel like it's you seeing where you had been like defensive about something. So it's showing you like where you care about something, or where you were feeling a type of way about something, where you feel sensitive about something. But I feel like this is a moment where like something important was brought to your attention that now you can clearly see, oh, that's where I was stuck on that thing. And then I'm seeing you like move forward, like move beyond that. So I'm not seeing this be a thing anymore. So it feels like it was resolved. It feels like it was integrated. Because sometimes when we get stuck in this place, it's like we don't move forward because we feel like we have to stay here, and we can feel like we need to stay here and not move on from it because this is like still a battle that we need to fight. You know what I mean? But I'm getting that like this sort of whatever needed to be understood has now been understood. And so it feels like we can move on from that now. So this is like something came to light, something happened. This was your reaction, how you responded to it. Now I'm seeing you like move on to a different place. And I am seeing the Three of Cups here too. So this could have been a social thing that happened where like your ears perked up to something. But I'm seeing you have gained what you needed to gain from it. And now I'm seeing you move into a space where like things definitely feel more relaxed, like going from this to this. Could have even felt like you were alone about something too, because you see like one person and it feels kind of like different things are coming at them, and then to transition into this energy where it's like everybody's together, you know, this is like a more chill environment, like nobody's really up in arms. It's like that sort of thing. Emperor and the Hermit. So Emperor is our energy of like the integration of all of the different kings that we have. And so this can be about like what somebody stands for, how they perceive themselves, who they believe themselves to be. And there can be like a reflection on that There can also be a connection with like people in power, positions of power, authority figures. But this can also be your own analysis that's happening as well, like your relationship to people in positions of authority, and also like your own as well. Like your relationship to that, whether you see other people in that space or you in that space. It looks like something that's being thought over here. This can also be about like the mark that you leave, the mark that you make, your legacy, what you stand for, what matters to you, what you're known for. Okay. I'm seeing Aries, Virgo, and Cancer. Yeah, it looks like something needed to be realized or even understood here, that maybe took some reflecting to happen. Yeah, when I see the Emperor and I see the Hermit, it feels like you doing a self-analysis about like what you're doing and the purpose why, and again, like what you stand for, like those sorts of things that matter to you within your life personally, subjectively. And Hermit is about you looking that over. Also, like to have the Emperor be in question, it can be like, am I being too rigid here? Like, am I being understanding enough? Am I listening enough? Am I saying what I need to say? It's like all of those sorts of things of like, should I do something? Do I not need to do something? Like, why am I doing something? Let me think about that. Let me feel this out as well. Am I present? Am I feeling things out? So it's sort of like how you represent yourself and having this thinking over about that. And it seems like something important here has been like realized or even discovered or brought to the front for you. Feels like energetically, emotionally, mentally on some level. And then I'm seeing the Ace of Cups and I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles here too. So this feels like it opened you up to a connection of some sort. Like this feels like a friendship or something like that. A connection that you have with somebody, where this would be based off of something that you feel you have in common with somebody. This is connecting with somebody and being like, we share something important here, like on an energetic, on an emotional level, like a particular type of understanding. And to have this, it feels like somebody's like making a gesture towards another person and being like, hey, do you want to connect with one another? Do you want to be like friends, or inviting somebody out, or to like do something together, like have a shared activity, something like that. It's like somebody reaching out in hopes of connecting, like with a desire to connect, having these two things be here. And this definitely is giving like a friendly vibe. I'm not seeing this be like a romantic thing. It looks more like a platonic thing. Of just like someone you have things in common with. Something's unknown about where this is gonna land. So I'm seeing Knight of Pentacles, but then I'm seeing the Moon. And so this feels like someone taking an action, but not really knowing where that's going to go. Because the Moon can kind of be like a void that we enter into, where there's like a veil of some sort, and it feels like this person is moving in this direction, but there are like things that are unknown about this, or things that haven't been revealed, or things that one can't know at this point until they get like further in there. So there's like somewhat of a mystery. But then I'm also seeing the Death card too. So it seems like something that was unknown then shifts and takes form in another way, even. Like it transforms into something else. So something that, it's like the mystery is dead. I'm seeing this as being like something that had been unknown or undiscovered or not realized yet, then like becomes realized in some form, and it does take shape through it seems like finding out and being open to finding out. This is like, what's that going to turn into? Like, what can that be? What's that going to take shape as? And this is like the thoughts about it and wondering what that's going to mean. There can even be like a feeling of fixation on that, like what something might turn into, the question of that. Being very, very curious. Almost like not being able to look away from something here. Yeah, I'm seeing definitely signs of there being communication or like a chat back and forth. Okay. Having the Ace of Swords and the Emperor is feeling like someone being clear when it comes to their purpose and even something that they wanted to give or offer. So we have Ace of Swords, the Emperor, and the Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody realizing like why they're doing what they're doing, and it can be about like a particular move that they want to make, but something may have needed to be, they may have needed to get right with something, because the Emperor can be a question of like, what am I trying to do here? Like, what am I trying to accomplish here? What is my intention? And so I'm seeing that be clear. So this person needed to like square something away before they could then sort of give what it was that they wanted to give. But what I'm seeing is that they could have been met by some sort of resistance, a little bit of resistance. So it feels like this person coming through to like give something to this person, but this person could have been like feeling on the defense. But then I'm seeing them sort of look at that and be like, why is that coming up for me? And I'm seeing the moon. So this could be like something that was hidden psychologically from them, where they were like, why am I reacting in that way? I feel like this is like something's being triggered by what's happening here. I also don't think that it's just happenstance that it's coming from the Emperor. Like the Emperor can be somebody that like holds a position that this person perceives as being like an authority or something like higher than them, even in some sort of system, whatever that is. Not to say that's how it actually is, but that's how one may be perceiving it, okay? Because usually the Emperor, like, they have some type of, yeah, authority is like the best word that's coming through that I can most accurately say. This can be somebody that's in charge of things, or that they like have a particular role that they're like living up to, something like that, or they're like sort of like concretely found within something, you know, that sort of thing. So then I'm seeing this person like have this response, and then I'm seeing them want to find answers of like, why is that the way that like my human responded to that? And having the moon here, it feels like wanting to understand like on a deeper, more subtle energetic level, like why that popped up for them. Because it's like when something comes through and you have some sort of reaction to it, and it may be something that surprises you, or maybe something that's rubbing you the wrong way, like many of us would look into that and be like, well, why is that? Like, what is that bringing up for me? Was I like triggered in some sort of way? You know, because Seven of Wands is like we may feel a need to stand up for something or defend something. So like, what is that about, and why is that coming up? And the moon can be something that wasn't initially obvious, that we felt like we sort of needed to go searching for in order to find the answer. Then I'm seeing this turn into the Six of, so we end that part with the moon. Then we go into the Six of Swords here, which is like finding what needed to be found so we can move on, because this is now being integrated. And then I'm seeing the moving on be connected with the Chariot and also connected with the Death card too. So this means that like finding a way and finding the answer to that rather than staying stuck in that, one was able to like find the catalyst needed to keep moving forward. And I'm seeing this be like a big deal. Like this is definitely a moment where one is like wow, I really worked through that and came out on the other side. And to come out on the other side, to have the Death card, that can mean that something like intrinsically or even psychologically or energetically has now changed or been transformed within this person. Like they have evolved in some way. And then we lead into the Three of Cups and also this Ace of Cups here. So it feels like something can now connect. And as I said before about like going from the Seven of Wands to then going to the Three of Cups, Seven of Wands is kind of like standing on a hill, keeping everybody at arm's length because of this need to sort of like stand up or show up for something. But then Three of Cups feels like everybody's coming together in a way. And to have the Ace of Cups here, this can be like it sort of birthed an opportunity to connect. And to have the Page of Swords here, it feels like now a curiosity of like, what does that connection mean? But it only was allowed because somebody decided that they were willing to sort of like transform or grow through this experience. So this person may have gone through like a bit of like an ego awareness or even an ego death of some sort, if you want to call it that. I don't know like how extreme this was, but it seems more so like an expanding that happened, where maybe the way that somebody had been perceiving something before, because of them now being aware of it, it's been integrated, and so something has changed, and it was like a catalyst for growth for this person, which allowed them to then like feel connected in a way that they hadn't been feeling connected before, and even the opportunity to connect further. And Page of Swords is being curious about like, what does that mean then, and like what's the potential of sort of the door that's opening here, and where can we take that? And like having the Devil here too, ending with that in this part of the spread, it just feels like a very curiosity, like really wanting to know something, or like hanging on the edge of your seat, sitting on the edge of your seat. Because I see like Page of Swords and the Devil can be like even a morbid curiosity at times about something. But it feels like it's specifically about the potential of something. Like the vibe of Page of Swords and the Devil is like super research vibe of I'm gonna dive into this and really discover it, to learn about it or to understand, because I'm like fixated on it and I really want to get to the bottom of this, and I'm super curious and focused on it. So I'm seeing it as being like attention to detail here. The vibe of seeing Page of Swords and the Devil and Page of Pentacles and King of Wands is feeling like one could spend time theorizing about something, but may actually decide to like physically do something or take action or to initiate, like meaning to get like in it or to get involved in it rather than standing on the outside of something. I'm seeing Ten of Swords and I'm seeing Seven of Cups. This can mean things closing out in a way where it feels like there's a lack of closure, like something coming to an end and being like, well, I still have questions about that. But then I'm also seeing a message and I'm seeing a tower. So it feels like somebody may say something or bring things to light that were unexpected, but I'm seeing this happen like a little bit later. Because I'm seeing the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck, so this may not be an immediate thing. It may come a little bit after. Yeah, it feels like something needed to be squared away, because I'm almost seeing there still be... It's like the storybook ends. Like you've been on the last chapter and the storybook comes to an end and there's still like an attachment to the story. And you may have not thought that you were going to get any more information, but I'm actually seeing that there's like a conversation that takes place after. Like something that sort of clarifies things, it seems. Because having even like the Seven of Cups and things sort of being all over the place, and again, like I'm seeing this be a lack of closure because we have this here, so it's like things have come to an end, like the story has come to an end and you're over here like I still don't understand that, or I still have questions about that. But then having this Knight of Cups, it feels like somebody's coming to explain something or to say something, and then like also having the Tower be there, it feels like you were like, oh, the story ended, I'm not going to get that, I'm just going to be stuck in this like wondering about it. But I'm seeing it actually like contain something. I don't know if it's just surprising that there's like more information coming through, or like what's being said is what's surprising, but there's just something about the Knight of Cups, which is like the delivery of like a message of some sort, and that being connected with a Tower. So that's what I'm seeing here. All right, I'm looking at Mars, I'm looking at Capricorn. I know I saw Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, Aries. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.